Alright, hello, welcome to another video about Marvel Rivals, and usually I make a joke about my channel obviously being about Marvel Rivals content, but today I don't think I'm going to do that. I think I'm just going to say I make Marvel Rivals content, and if you don't, you live under a rock. That's literally what I do every video. Never mind, it did the same thing. But anyways, what is this video about? Well, this video is about the new video that... How many times did I just say video? The new video that the developers of Rivals just released about matchmaking. So without further ado, I go by the name of Celty. Again, Rivals content. Like, comment, subscribe for more, please, because it makes me happy. But the TLDR is the developers basically just said, get good. Get better at the game. That's literally what they said. So the backstory behind all of this, of course, though, is EOMM. They literally had to make a video explaining that they don't use EOMM and that their matchmaking system actually doesn't suck and it's doing its job fine. It's just the fact that the rank system isn't the best, so a lot of issues become not glaring but bigger than they actually probably truly are. Like stomps and curb stomps and blah 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 blah, getting stomped, not getting stomped, feeling like games are just one-sided, things like that. Now, they attributed that to like things like stacking. And the mere fact that there are 6 people on your team, meaning there are 6 chances that someone's gonna have a bad game, right? So more people, more potential issues that can arise, right? So when you have one person not doing their job, that can lead to the snowball effect of like, oh my god, no one's doing their job. It's like a hurricane, except there's sand everywhere. Like, without water, a hurricane can't do its job. Without that 6th teammate, that your team can do your job, right? Or their job, right? So things like that. So stacking, 6 people being on your team, those are like the biggest things they said, I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly. And they also flat out claimed EOMM doesn't exist. I don't want to say claimed, okay. They flat out said it doesn't exist, which again, if you lived on, if you believed a company used EOMM that's not Activision, you are not smart. Or an in-match, a patent that was never used before, you are not smart, sorry to say. But yeah, they don't use engagement-based matchmaking. They don't. It's a rank-based system. Speaking of rank, they also went down to like a rabbit hole of how rank points worked, which I don't know why they did that. I don't think they really needed to do that. I would have much rather them explain things like, hey, this is why we don't have placement matches, or like acknowledge that like we hear your issues of not having placement matches, because again, placement matches would help fix a good bit of the issues of the ranked system. Because again, this video is not just about ranked, but I play ranked. I play this game competitively. I know, boo me. It's more about the matchmaking in general, but quick play, it's quick play. You shouldn't expect close games all the time in quick play. You really shouldn't. Ranked is where you should expect that. So instead of dropping us down 7 ranks every season, you add placement matches. The issue people have of climbing back up every season, that's just resolved that you can just play 5-10 matches, get to where you actually should be. You know, like literally simple as that. That fixes like one of the biggest issues I have with the system. Because again, they explained literally just get better. And you might be like, well, Celty, how do I get better? Flexing, learning more roles, being consistent in your own gameplay. That's literally how. And I've seen so many videos just saying that to people that you wouldn't believe it. You would believe I'm like a Christmas tree during a Christmas sale. Like, yes, I am going to be the most obvious thing ever, and you're still not going to buy me. Because some people think they already have a Christmas tree, but they don't, you know? I just came up with that analogy all in my head. That's so cool. But yeah, they also pointed out that one of the key reasons people also lose is that they don't know how to flex. They don't know how to be flexible. So playing more roles literally will help you climb. Case in point, I play a lot more tank this season. Not this season, but last season, season 3.0. I had like a 70% win rate in tank, and I'm a DPS main. And playing tank got me a lot more wins than it should have, because I'm flexible. I now understand the tank role a lot more than before I started playing tank. Same with support. I played a good bit less of support recently, like within like the last few seasons, but I still play support. And I still understand the basics. Like, if I'm getting dough, I need to go to my team. Things like that. You learn that as support, then you can you learn that as a DPS that support needs to come to you. You also learn as a support when you play them that you need to go to the DPS or a tank to get like protection. So the skills are like completely transitional. So like, you know, don't stay on one main role and never change your role. Like, there's a lot of DPS one. Like, I'm a DPS main, but I'm not a DPS one trick. There's a difference. I'm not a strategist main, but I'm not a one trick. Well, I'm a DPS main, so I can't be a strategist main. But like, you get the point. You can't be a strategist one trick and expect to climb. You can't be a tank one. Actually, maybe you can't be a tank one trick because no one plays tank. But that's not the point. Playing multiple roles gives you a better understanding of the game, and it also makes you a better player all around, and it also helps you climb, which is like everyone's issue. But I want to go back to the stacking. Now, stacking is something that I have. Okay, well, first of all, they flat out said either if you stack, either you can play with your friends or you can have worse matches, worse quality matches. I want better quality matches, and I have gotten a lot better quality matches. I have. That's just the truth. I would rather a good game than play with my friends. Sorry, I only play with 2 people anyways, at most, and even then, it's never together. I'm either dual queuing. I'm always dual queuing. So when you hear people complaining about, oh, I want to play with my friends, but they also complain about matchmaking, you have to tell them, hey, either you play with your friends or you have terrible match quality. And I wish they explained that when they announced the stacking changes, though, because like they kind of just announced them without any explanation, which is another thing these devs do. They're good at explaining things, but they just choose not to sometimes, especially when they need to. I don't know why they didn't explain the changes, but they didn't until this video. Like, I don't know if they were just saving it, but you know. And I also believe that would be like the case anyways, because I mean, again, the match qualities themselves has gotten better without stacks, and again, it just gets better because you don't have to worry about a 4 versus 2-2-2 team, a 4-2 team and a 2-2-2 team. You just don't have to worry about it. If 4 people are stacked together, that doesn't give them the right to just steamroll random people on a game. Sorry, it just doesn't, unless you want to always match 4 and 2, which you can't do because that will take too long, which is another point of the matchmaking. Like it or not, matchmaking, this is like they always, I would rather wait 2 minutes for a quality game than that Celsi blah 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 blah. No. Matchmaking isn't supposed to take long. And if you like it or not, 2 minutes is a long queue, especially in this day and age. Matchmaking is supposed to find you the quickest game that is within your skill level, which this matchmaking system does that. It does do that. Because you're never going to have a game where someone's gold and playing against a diamond player. You'll never have that game, ever. The only reason you have that game isn't because the matchmaking, it's because the rank system sucks. What do I mean by that? Because again, you're never going to have a gold player and a diamond player in the same lobby. Like, you're just not. Everyone is either going to be gold or at most platinum. But since you're dropped a few ranks every season, a past gold diamond player might be in your rank, but he's still your rank. Like, the matchmaking system works. It's doing the best it can. But again, I don't know if I'm making sense here, but if you get the point, you get the point. And I know people in the comments are gonna be like, what are you talking about, Celsi? Shut up. Whatever makes sense in my own head, so it's fine. Everything is fine. Anyways, what are my opinions on that? That was a joke, by the way. What are my opinions on this? My opinions are, sounds about right. I don't know what anyone else expected from this video. I think they hit the nail on the head that, like, hey, you need to get better at the game. By not, they basically said get better at the game without saying get better at the game. So, you know, some people just have to get better at the game, you know, learn to flex, you know, learn to be flexible, learn to not be mean to people, but learn not to be toxic, you know? Like, they even acknowledge the streaks people go on. Like, when you go on a streak, it's a mental thing most of the time. It really is. And it's also up to chance. Like, if you flip a coin set 10 times, 7 times out of 10, it can land on heads 7 times in a row. It can. Or tails 7 times in a row. It really can. So when you lose your first game, lose your second game, lose your third game, that's just like, again, it's up the chance. Like, and then your mental's also screwed up. So really, it's more than just chance. And more than it's like you slightly being frustrated and also chance itself. But if you win your first game, guess what? You're happy. You're jovial. You can be like, oh, I can take over the world, and then you win more games because you're confident in your skills. That's why good mental matters. Like, you can get frustrated all you want, but like, don't share it with your team. Like, share that, like, hey, I think you should swap here. I think we should do this. And if they cuss you out, then that sucks. Next game, GG next. You can't get mad at that because that's not the game's fault. That's the people's fault. Or maybe they listen with a snarky comment, or like they say something pointed like, say please in chat, and then you win the game after that. Mental matters, I'm telling you. But I'm glad the developers kind of made a video about this because, like, the EOMM debates, I mean, someone who ever brought up EOMM was not like, it's not a real person. I'm sorry, you're just an AI that I cannot believe I share oxygen with, unironically. But it kind of just made a lot of conversations just astutely dumb. Like, if you blame EOMM for things, but if you blame your losses all the time on EOMM but never your wins, like, I don't know if I can ever argue with you. Like, that's what I mean. Like, when I say that, like, when I ask someone their rank in the game, it's not because I'm trying to be, like, mean. I'm trying to, like, understand where your point of view is. Like, if you're a diamond, I'm celestial, you're diamond. we play two different games. I mean, we do. Jean Grey might be trash in your rank, but she's good in my rank because I have Jean Grey videos in the background. I recorded this months ago. I don't know why I'm still using this gameplay. I need to record more. Anyways, but when someone brings up EOMM, it's just like it's a scapegoat. It's not a real argument against anything or with anything. It's just not, because it doesn't exist. It's never your fault, you know. It's never your team's fault. And things like that I just can't argue with you. Same way I can't argue with a diamond player because they don't understand. But that was the video. Thank you so much for all the love and attention on my other videos recently. That is making me so happy. And like, comment, subscribe for more. See you guys on the next video. Peace.